going to go into the reject shop. I can see there's a dump bin out front with $2 Hot Wheels, so we'll see what we can get. So let's go through the bin and see what we can find. You know how when you get to a bin you can normally tell within the first few seconds whether it's a fresh bin or it's been there for a while? Usually by the condition of the cards. Well, these cards were all pretty straight and they weren't like dog-eared or bent or anything, so I thought I might as well go through here and see what I can find. So I spent a few minutes. I have noticed probably starting this year or maybe longer, that Reject Shop have been putting their Hot Wheels out in bins outside the shop for $2. So it's really worth your while to go through them sometimes. So let's see what we can see. I'm not really up to date with what case we're currently seeing in the shops, so I can't tell you what case this is, but to me some of them look pretty new. I haven't been buying Hot Wheels for a while. You would have seen recently my Bali videos, and since I got back a month ago I haven't really been hitting the stores except for Woolworths on Saturdays when I do the grocery shopping. There's another Civic there. I know Civics are pretty popular, and Audis as well. So you can see I put aside the Volkswagen Bumblebee, and I think it was a Skyline. I just put them aside because I thought I might be able to give them away or swap with someone. That's the only emergency vehicle I saw, that Rapid Response I think it was called. So I was actually in Rockdale because I had to get a haircut. I've been going to the same person cutting my hair for about 15 years, and as I said in the start of the video, I used to live in Rockdale. So being a boomer, we don't like to change our habits, so I've stuck with the same hair cutter for that long. Even though I no longer live in Rockdale, I live about 35 minutes drive away. My appointment was for 7 AM in the morning to get a haircut, so I left at about 6:15, 6:20 to get there on time, and I always planned on hitting Rockdale Plaza after my haircut, so that's what I normally do. Check out the Diecast at the plaza and then possibly get something to eat. So I really spent a few minutes at this dump bin outside the store. Really full it was. I know Hot Wheels haven't really released any fire trucks recently. Matchbox have done a couple, but there's the two I picked out, so I was pretty happy with that. So let's go inside the store and see what Matchbox they got. So here we are at the pegs. There wasn't too many there. Few new Matchbox. Same with Hot Wheels. I'm not up to date with what Matchbox case we're up to. That garbage truck looked okay, and this Corvette was quite nice in green. The Matchbox were $3 each at a Reject Shop. Matchbox are normally a little bit more expensive than Hot Wheels in Sydney anyway. Nice taxi there. Shout out to Mark at Mark's Diecast and Resin Scale Model Collection up there in Newcastle area. There's a fire truck, but that's a cheapie. I think it was a Teamster for about $1. A couple fell down below, so I just checked them out. These are really cheap ones, or $2, not really cheap. I've seen them before, they're pretty lightweight. I think they're plastic. Going through the Jurassic Park vehicles, the Stegosaurus vehicle. These are getting a bit weird for me. Yeah, I do like the first Jurassic Park movies. I recently saw Dominion on TV a few nights ago. I got about halfway through it. Yeah, just not into it now. There's a few fire truck toys down below for youngsters. Not really my thing. I suppose that'd be okay for spare parts. So anyway, that was basically what I saw at the reject shop. And I think next we're going to move on to Big W. So yeah, let's go and check out Big W. Still in Rockdale Plaza in Rockdale, Sydney. Gonna head off to Big W now, see if there's any decent diecast to buy. This is the Big W where they always have too many Matchbox power grabs. So let's see if they've got rid of the old stock and got some new ones. I'll meet you in there. These $2 and $1 diecasts here at the entrance. Got the Teamsters. I'm not going to go through all these Hot Wheels, it's too out in the open in the main aisle, so it looks like it's all been gone through already, so I'll head back inside. So here we are in the toy section at Big W Rockdale. Here's a dump bin. Didn't really like the look of that one, it looked a bit dog-eared and bent, so I gave it a miss, but we will come back to it at the end. Now we're checking out the monster trucks and monster jams. Don't know if you guys have seen my previous videos about Rockdale Plaza, but this is the toy section where they had cases and cases of the same Matchbox power grabs. They had them there for months, so I was just hoping they'd got rid of them and got in some new power grabs. It was just ridiculous. You can check out my previous videos if you want to see it. They just had so many cases of the same power grabs cases. So anyway, it's good to see these cartooned. There weren't many choices. I think there's only 2 or 3 different ones. The Disney cars are always there. Muscle Machines, Top Deck, Monster Jams, the Big Keg. Shout out to my mate Big Keg up in Queensland. There's a fire truck. Some motorcycles from Maisto, whatever. Disney car multi-packs, Matchbox 5-packs for $14. Pretty old news actually. These pink slips were new to me, so first up we're going to have a look at these larger scale Walking Dead. I saw that red one down there. I thought, is that a fire engine? So I pick it up and it wasn't. It was some sort of Transformer Ghostbusters combination. I don't know what's going on there. When did they ever combine? So that was like an Ectomobile Transformer. I don't know if it transforms into a robot or not, but interesting anyway. So yeah, let's go through these larger scale pink slips. I think they're 143s. I haven't seen these before. Maybe you guys have. So there's a nice Chevy. I'm trying to read them as I speak. So another Chevy. There's a Trans Am for Sean Stafford. G'day Sean. He loves his Trans Ams and Firebirds. I think that's a Mustang. They look pretty good with the twin stripes down the middle. I'm not sure if I captured how much these are. You might be able to see the price. It's an old Corvette, 66 I think it was. So yeah, it's great to see these pink slips. There's another box behind this one we're going to have a look at in a minute. Once I put all these back in place, pull it aside. So let's get that second box out. Lamborghini. Couldn't make out the second word. Toyota 2000 GT. It's unusual with a red bonnet. Like the gold wheels though. That was a pretty nice one. That's probably my favourite one out of this bunch of pink slips. Another Lamborghini with blue wheels. Aventador. Not sure about the blue wheels, so I suppose it goes with the blue graphics on the door. But not my thing. I know Chris from CRA Diecast loves his exotics, so shout out to Chris. There's a Porsche. Gold wheels again. What else have we got? Have a quick look at the 5-packs from Matchbox. I did see a nice airport crash tender in this down the bottom. Yeah, that one was pretty cool. But I'm not going to buy the 5-pack just for that. Pay 14 bucks. So maybe one day I'll pick it up at a market or something. The Teamsters are starting to look okay, but not quite good enough for me to buy one. Some of these 5-packs are pretty old. 14 bucks for 5 cars, so it works out, what, $2 something each. I suppose that's pretty good for a Matchbox. So what's on the other side? More Hot Wheels. Still $2. I wonder how long Big W, Kmart and Target can keep them at $2. There's those purple Hot Wheels anniversary series. These 143s were looking good, especially that blue Skyline. I hadn't seen this before. So I'm sure a lot of guys would love that Skyline. And they were discounted too. Instead of $34, which is ridiculous, they're down to $17. I just missed out the toy sale actually at Big W. It was on last week, I think. So everything was back to full price, but these were still 50% off. So that's a pretty good deal, I reckon. I was actually on the lookout for that Hot Wheels twin pack with an 89 Supra and the 4Runner that I saw recently on Mark's channel, but I didn't see it at this Big W. There's a 4Runner. I'm not sure if that's the same one in the twin pack I was just talking about, the one with the 89 Toyota Supra. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, don't know. But that was a nice model, that 4Runner. If I was to choose one out of that 143 series, I would have taken that one. And I think I spotted another Skyline, maybe later on. Or there's that blue one, I think that's an R34. I'm not an expert, but I think it is. There's a silver one at the back I spot, but it means I have to pull all the front ones off. There it is there. I think that's an R33. That was quite nice as well. Yeah, R33. I think I like that better than the blue R34. So would you guys pay $17 for that? I mean, if it was a 5 vehicle, I would have grabbed it in an instant without thinking. Anyway, Disney multi-packs, Disney cars I mean. I'm going to tidy up these pink slips, I can't leave them in a mess like that. Here's the power grabs. Now, last time I was here, all these power grabs took up that whole cabinet, front and back. So now they've reduced them quite a lot, so that's good to see. Not sure if they discounted them, I didn't catch the price. But yeah, very old case of power grabs. Just looking at the Fast and Furious down below. Back to the Hot Wheels bin, I thought I might as well go through it. I have some time to kill still. You never know what you're going to find in one of these. But the condition of these were nowhere near as good as the ones at the reject store. These were all, these have been gone through a few times. Bus was interesting. I actually didn't see anything I liked in this dump bin. So that was pretty much my day at Rockdale Plaza, diecast wise, so stay tuned and I'll show you what I'm going to eat. So yeah, that was it for Big W. So here's what I bought. I just bought these two from the reject shop. These are only $2 each. If I can get out of the bag, the Volkswagen Bumblebee and the Skyline. Yeah. I'm not going to keep these two. I'll just give them away to friends or use them as a swap. So I'm sitting in the food court now, Rockdale Plaza. It's still very early. It's about 10 o'clock, but I It's freezing cold here in Sydney. It's about 12 degrees outside, so I'm going to get my wonton noodle soup. I used to live in Rockdale 9 or 10 years ago. And I used to always come to this little Billy's kitchen for my wonton soups. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to enjoy it. I'll give you a look at it later, so stay tuned. So here's my wonton noodle soup. A little bit of chilli in it, hopefully it's not too much. So I am going to smash this down. It is, like I said, freezing cold, and this should warm me right up. Look at that chili. I love those wontons. Can't get enough of them. Alright, I'm going to eat this and then I'm going to head on home. Alright, catch you later. Bye. 10 minutes later I smashed down that wonton noodle soup. This cost me $12.50. Had about 5 or 6 wontons, heaps of noodles. I probably went a bit heavy with the chili. But yeah, I'm still hungry actually. I might go and get a takeaway. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video of me eating and shopping in Rockdale Plaza, Sydney, Australia. And stay tuned for more from Red Trucks. Bye for now.